The biggest mistake I've done in marketing is not interacting with customers enough and often. As a result, I created content, messaging, campaigns that were too generic, too high level, too irrelevant, not used by anyone. Hey there, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mariana. I'm a growth product marketer based in Vancouver. Right now I'm just doing a little bit of work and travel remotely, so today I'm in Cartagena, Colombia. In this video, I want to talk about 5 different types of research techniques every marketer should do. And I will share my favorite one, or at least the one I find more valuable. As a marketer myself, I understand the pressure we face to deliver results and make data-driven decisions. But when it comes to research our target audience for content marketing or getting intel for buyer personas or positioning, customer conversations, they are not on the map. They tend not to be a priority for B2B marketers. We tend to rely on techniques such as talking to the sales team, looking at website analytics, conducting keywords research, or looking at different types of secondary research like reports. Now, don't get me wrong, these are great sources of information and you should definitely use them. However, they come with some limitations that you should be aware of. Let's take a closer look at some of these research techniques and what you need to keep in mind. First, let's talk about sales team feedback. This is one of the most common research techniques used by marketers. And it makes sense, right? The sales team talks to customers every day, so they must know what they want or need. I interview members of the sales team to find out what they know about the market, what they hear on the street, and why they think they win or lose deals. I also want to hear what the buying process is like for the buyers or customers. Now, if you're working on a persona project, and by persona, I'm referring to these fictional characters we create based on research that represent segments of your market. So when I work on a persona project, I interview members of the sales team because I want to get a foundation of insight for this project, but also to involve sales and learn what they want to know that will help me to get their buy-in into the project. Because ultimately, you will need the sales team buy-in in order to use these personas effectively within your company. Sales does know their customers, but as you move from conversation to conversation with different salespeople, you do hear differences. So it's important to remember the different salespeople, they might have different perspectives and interpretations of what customers want, which might introduce bias into your research. So while it's a great source of information, it's important to remember to take this feedback with a grain of salt. Now let's talk about website analytics. Knowing what content on your website is visited by buyers, prospects, or customers, it's always useful for understanding what they are interested in. However, knowing what they viewed or engaged with doesn't tell you why they did so. What you should be looking for beyond views and time spent on page is what they did next. Did they follow your call to action? Did they click on that side by offer? Did they click on the top nav looking for something else? This will give you a better understanding of their thought process and behavior. Keywords research is one of the most common techniques used by marketers and most likely one all of us have done. It's great to understand the words and phrases that prospects use to search for solutions to the problems they need to solve. However, do we understand why they were searching for those things? Or most importantly, at one point in their buying process, they were using those words or phrases for search. In conversations with customers, I learned that what they start out searching for might not be what they end up searching for. As they learn more about solving the problem, they also search on new concepts they've discovered or things they learn about in conversations with their network, which can impact how you tell your story across different buying stages. It's important to understand when and how they came to search for a specific keyword or phrase. Let's talk about secondary research, reports. Reports about what buyers need or want, they seem to come out every month these days. They are interesting to read, but it's important to take them with a grain of salt. Many B2B reports are based on the input of a small number of buyers, like 150 buyers. What's even more important to know is that these buyers, they hold different roles and they come from companies of different sizes across different industries. If you look at the way that questions and answers are structured, quite often the surveys are designed to show the company that fielded the survey in the best light possible. Examples include options that should be reasonable to have in the choice selection but are not there. almost forcing the respondents to choose an answer favorable to the company by default. So while you can use those reports, it's important to think about what's not being asked. By the way, if you're enjoying this video so far, I would love if you can give it a thumbs up. Apparently it helps with YouTube algorithm. Here's the thing, data can be misleading. The claims by predictive analytics companies that they can build personas based on data they mine or provide you with lookalike audiences who will act like your ideal customers have in the past may not be entirely accurate. Data is a wonderful tool, but it only shows us the what and not the why. And without understanding the why, do we really know what we think we know? So fellow marketeers, it's time to bite the bullet and have those customers' conversations. There is nothing like hearing from them in their own words and understanding their process for like researching and buying your product, or even when they chose not to buy from you. So how to talk to customers? If you're new in your role or starting off in your product marketing career, it might be hard to get this kind of face time with customers. Your best alternative is to make some friends in the sales and customer success team and ask them to ride along on their calls. The goal is to listen extremely carefully to what customer attendees are saying and how are they saying it in their own words. I don't recommend talking to customers just for the sake of talking to them. Make sure you have a clear goal in mind and that you are selecting those customers from the right segments in your customer base. When it comes to customer interviews, here are some best practices. I recommend keeping the conversation high level. Look to understand the jobs to be done. What is a job to be done? The premise is simple. Customers don't just buy products or services. They hire them to do a job. So look to understand what job did they hire your product to do. I recently recorded a video about the jobs to be done methodology, how to find the core job to be done, and how it can be applied to marketing campaigns. I'm going to leave the link somewhere here in the description. Ask questions that include talking about their emotions, like what frustrates them the most, what do they love the most, what stresses them out. Questions like, if you could change one thing, what would that be? Have them take you through their purchase journey. See where the conversations take you, and try not to stick to a script. Remember to record your interviews so you can watch them later as many times as you need. Whether you formalize this information into personas or not, it's up to you. Buyer personas can be used to consistently inform your go-to-market strategies, your content marketing, your product, and your sales enablement program. They can also be used to inform your customer retention, cross and upsell programs, but you will be asking a different set of questions based on achieving different objectives. In conclusion, talking to customers is the one thing marketers you need to do to succeed in your role. Don't rely solely on data and statistics. Engage with your customers and look to get real insights into their needs, wants, and behaviors. Thanks so much for watching. Like or subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this video. I would love to hear your thoughts, comments, and opinions about everything I have shared in the comment section below. Have a great day and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.